Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning. Yes, again, that beautiful reminder that who gets to choose? Go like this. Point to yourself that I get to choose. Say, I get to choose. I always have a choice. Yes, you always have a choice. And what's the choice that you have? The choice to choose your thoughts. No one can force you to think the thoughts you think. And with that choice of thought, when it comes to everything that's happening in your life, what's been done, what's been said, what you've said, outcomes, results, remember, all of that is fundamentally meaningless. Nothing is good or bad. It's our thinking that makes it so. But with that, you get to decide what that's going to mean. You get to decide whether or not it's good or bad. Now, think about that for you with regards to an outcome. You may see it as something that's terrible, and there's going to be someone else who looks at what you're going through and goes, "Oh my gosh, that's fantastic." Now, how is that possible? How is that possible at all if both of you see the same thing? Well, it's very simple. It's because of an opinion. It's because of a belief. It's because of an assumption. And when you get that, when you start to see that, when you start to think that way and you start to realize, "Oh my God, I get to see anything however I want to see it," you're able to shift yourself onto a frequency intentionally. Now let's grab onto that for just a moment. You're able to shift your frequency. Now, why is that such a big freaking deal? Well, it's because that frequency, that vibratory state, is the attractive force in your life. It's that feeling that's the secret. Remember, attraction, the law of attraction, yes, it's a very real thing. But with that being said, it's dependent on something else. Remember what we talked about in one of the previous sessions when Charles Snell was speaking about that here in this book that we're studying. And by the way, if you don't have a copy of this, make sure that you do get a copy of this. And if you don't have a copy of this exact one, just click on the link that we provide you so you can get your own. But with that being said, what did he say? He said that the law of attraction depends on vibration, and vibration depends on love. Now let's grab onto this for this. Wave your gold cards. Come on. This is important. Do not underestimate the power of this beautiful idea. And if you want one of these gold cards, one just like this, we have sets where we send you them. Just click on the link that we provide you and we'll send you a set. But if you don't have one, just get an index card. Write it down. Now, with this being said, if you fall in love with this idea, if you become one with it to the point of where you're crowding out anything that's not in harmony with this, and that's exactly what will happen if you focus. Then what'll start happening is all the plots, plans, dramas, situations will start to unfold right before your eyes. Exactly as what Neville Goddard shared. He says, if you are observant, provided you lock into the state, you will see outer reality taking shape upon the model of your imagination. Upon the model of your imagination. And what is that? That's a picture. Remember, this is a picture. You have to imagine great things for yourself. And then with that, have a strong, steady will. And with that strong, steady will, which is focus, you'll then start to see the change that you seek. And it'll happen in exact proportion to the changes that you made inside, in exact proportion to what you changed inside. Now, again, that's a big deal because when you dive into understanding that, then the next thing you know is the results change and go, oh my God, it's so amazing, so incredible, it's so beautiful. So my question for you though is how are you going to use it? See, that's the biggest question of all. It's like it's not a matter of whether or not you know this information. The question is whether or not you're going to use it. How are you going to apply this in your life? Are you going to be one of the dreamers who live their daydream, as Lila Meola shares in that beautiful song that she wrote? You got to live your daydream, not just think of it as something intellectually. And that, unfortunately, is how most people live. And they wonder why their results aren't changing. They wonder why their dreams aren't coming true. It's because they're following their dream, they're chasing dream. And by the way, do not do that. Do not follow your dreams. Do not chase them. Isn't that interesting that that's something that the personal development world tries to like, ooh, I mean, think of the picture. When you're following something and you continually follow it, when you're chasing it, when you're behind it, it's in front of you. I mean, oh my gosh, you're not there. That's an image that you're accepting, which you are reinforcing, which your subconscious mind is going to be loyal to. Remember, it's a loyal servant, but not loyal to you, it's loyal to what you've made important. And if you've made important you following, you following, you following, rather than you being there, guess what? You're always going to be following it. It's never going to take place. You got to get out of want, and you got to be one of the chosen few. One of the beautiful chosen few that has locked into the externalization of the idea, which is becoming one with it. Now let's go to page 224 with where we are in this book. Here we go. 224. We went over this before, but we're going to go over this again. Remember, this applies directly to the outcome that you would love to be a material fact in your life. One of those beautiful examples that I'll give to you, for instance, like we have this amazing retreat that's happening. Oh my gosh, it's on the beach, it's on the water. Oh, it's so good. But there are some people who have locked in and they're going there. Why is it that they're going? You know why? Because they've locked into it. They became one with the idea. And you could do the same for you. For that, for this, provided you decide and become one with the idea. Now, they are the architects of greatness. In other words, those who deliver the outcomes. Their vision lies within their souls. They peer beyond the veils and mists of doubt and pierce the walls of unborn time. They don't live from the past. They don't worry about the future. And instead, they lock into the idea. You know, in the beginning of your goal card, it's very important for you to write, I am so happy and grateful now that. Not, I'm so happy that it's going to. Don't do that. It's gonna happen. Don't do that. Okay. Yes, we do talk about the laws with regards to it happening. Cause leads to effect, sowing and reaping, but you've got to operate from living your life from it. You've got to peer beyond the veils and mists of doubt and pierce the walls of unborn time. You got to stop worrying. If you do live your life in the veils and mists of the past experience, your precedent, what's logical to you, oh my God, you're going to be in this whole cycle of sameness. That's not a good way to live. More of the same. Do you want more of the same? I'll have you go like this. You don't want more of the same. You want something big, bold, and beautiful. Something, I mean, you may be already living boldly and beautiful, but you want it to be even more than that, don't you? Well, if you want that to be the outer experience in your material world, guess where you've got to change it first? Inside. Remember, everything starts in the mind. In the beginning was the Word. And what's the Word? It's imagination. By him were all things made, and without him was not anything made that was made. By imagination were all things made, and without imagination was not anything made that was made. That brings a beautiful memory that I've shared before of something that happened with Bob the last Christmas before he died. Oh, I'll never forget it. I have the text. It's such a beautiful message. In the morning, I said, Merry Imagination Day with a big old smile, right? And then in quotes, I said, by him were all things made, and without him was not anything made that was made. And like within a few minutes, he replied back and goes, boy, have you got that right. And if you live that way, this next upcoming year, you're going to have an incredible year. And I go, wow, that's so cool. I must have stared at that message for a half hour straight with a big smile. But see, that's where it starts, though. Remember, look in the room that you're in right now. All the things that were made, do that. Don't underestimate the power of that practice. Everything that's in the room you're in right now was imagined by somebody. Somebody pierced and looked beyond the veils and mists of doubt, and they pierced the walls of unborn time. They were loyal to the unseen reality. They were loyal to the image, which then led to the physical outcome. Remember, the world that we live in is an imaginal world. It's a thought evolved world. It's not a physical world. The sooner you get that, the sooner you start thinking like that, the sooner your outcomes will change the way that you would love them to be. Things are not brought into existence by thinking of their opposites. You're never going to be able to get what you want if you're focusing from what you don't want. You want to be in an amazing, healthy body? You've got to think thoughts of health. You want wealth in your life, prosperity? You've got to think thoughts of wealth, thoughts of abundance, thoughts of prosperity. You want power? You got to think powerful thoughts. First, all of that, it's got to happen in your mind first. And through that internalization, it will externalize. All thought precedes action. Your actions are always determined by how you feel, which is caused by how you're thinking. Change how you're thinking, you'll change how you're feeling, you'll change how you're physically